Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. Quick view of the 1985 200S. So, what is it? It's about 4 o'clock. Let's try to get the focus good. 4 o'clock, 8:22, Friday, 73 degrees according to that one. That one agrees. My batteries aren't charged. And 22.5 Celsius for my friends who are international. Anyway, what are we looking at? We're looking at a roadside lawnmower. Well, running around doing errands yesterday or last week. Let's start at the beginning. Today is Friday. I worked 2 days. I woke up and this was floating around in the back of my truck. Last week I was running errands, and up the road from me there's a house with a for sale sign on it, and they had this down by the garbage cans. Well, I'm never sure, because we don't have a lot of theft in my area, and we don't have a lot of people running the curbs other than me picking up stuff. So I'm never sure if the person has stuff out because they were cutting the grass and it ran out of gas and they just kind of left it there and forgot about it and they'd come back for it later, or if they're throwing it away. But it was there for more than 24 hours, so my assumption was that it was being thrown away, and I picked it up. Anyway, it's a Homelite Jacobson aluminum deck. It's got the Briggs and Stratton on it, 5 horsepower. I took a quick look underneath, and the blades actually looks good. A lot of times with these aluminum decks, if you do something stupid and hit big rocks and all, it actually blows it right through the aluminum deck. It looks like it's been sitting out. I mean, the controls work, you know, all this stuff. It rolls, the wheels all turn. You can see the back wheels aren't ripped up to heck, and it's a self-propelled unit, which is a good sign, right? Normally the self-propelled units, if the back wheels are ripped up, that's not good. It does have oil in it. You can see that once again the blades aren't hacked up. Gas, it's completely bone dry, and the valve is on, so I'm thinking that that's a good sign that somebody just ran it until it was out of gas. And if that's the case, that they ran it until it's out of gas, it means the carburetor is probably good. So it might be a matter of just putting gas in this puppy and firing it up. Normally when I picked it up because I'm about to be running scrap anyway, so I just put it back in the truck and get rid of it for scrap. That way it doesn't sit around the Horde. The last thing I need is another object around the Horde that has no use. There's enough objects like that floating around the Horde. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a nice calibrated hoot of starting fluid and then attempt to start it. I'm just kind of looking to see where the best place would be to set up the camera for all this, so that you guys could see what I'm up to. And if it blows up or something, that's always good for YouTube views, I guess. So let's see what's the best way to set this thing up so that you guys could see something. I don't know, can you? I mean, you can see plenty of rack. You guys, if I drop the camera on the ground, you'll hear some profanity. Because this camera's already damaged pretty good, and it really doesn't need that. And of course, I got the mosquitoes biting the hell out of me as I'm trying to set this up. Anyway, I guess you guys could see it to a fairly large extent here. Actually, you guys could see it halfway decent. Here, let me give it a hoot of starting fluid, see if she fires up. You know, it's really good stuff from Walmart. Only takes a drop, right? A little more calibrated hoot. It doesn't have gas in it, but it sounded like it gave me a little kick there, so. Alright, so it did give me a little kick. Probably I'm going to fool around with it a little more, given that. So this is one thing I've kind of been playing with, or picking up, or messing with. Not a lot of videos last week, sorry about that. I was tied up on car stuff. And let me show you. From letting the PT Cruiser sit around, I had to clean the rotors up on that. Turns out the brake pads were good, and it had brakes done fairly recently. So, those are the rotors from the Suzuki. And you'll notice the Suzuki isn't here. I sold it off to my son, and the PT Cruiser now has tags on it. So we're running this thing now. It seems to run good. The first couple of times I took it out, the front wheel was hot here, and it was weird because the wheel was hot, but the caliper really wasn't. But after I ran it for a couple of days, it seems to be over that. And you guys also heard when I was driving it about that chinka 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 chink sound. Well, I cleaned up the rotors. That improved it dramatically. I think some of it was coming from the back wheels, from sitting. It's got drums for the emergency brake. So I think, you know, just getting some rust in there, that was part of the chinka chink. And these things are known for eating front wheel bearings. It's like a 3,100 pound car on basically a neon drive chain. So, you know, the front wheel bearings are working pretty hard carrying 3,100 pounds, where, you know, most, I mean, what does a neon weigh? 2,000? So, anyhow. But driving it about, it seems that all that's calmed down, and it appears to be good. I'm not running the car any long distances yet. I'm running it to and from work, you know, 12, 15 miles each way, depending on which way I go. So, I normally like to gradually build it up, you know, do 25, 50, 100 miles, and then gradually I'll be convinced that I can drive it as far as I want to, and I'm not going to have to walk home. So the car is working its way up to that. But so far it seems good. It seems to be a nice car. For $3,500, I think it was a good deal. Alright folks, I'm going to let you go. I have a few other things cooking. Some college friend visits and so forth. So the video will be on and off. We'll catch up. In the meantime, remember to keep your tires down, your handlebars up. Live, love, and have a great time. And enjoy every day God gives to you. Bye now.